there! Ultizeta here, and welcome back to more Let's Play Metroid Prime, aka Ulti sucks at everything related to this game. Okay, that's absolutely nothing. In the last episode, I am starting to learn how this game does... Oh, I can't Morph Ball. Well, I can't get that then. So, I lost everything in that that was just a random explosion, and it made me lose everything I had except shooting and jumping. That's fantastic. I honestly probably would have preferred the game just start me off with nothing, rather than do it like that. I don't know, it just seems kind of silly to give you all sorts of power-ups and stuff, and then just take them all away. Just randomly, right at the very beginning. I guess I'm trying to make my way to the door. I like the rain. The rain's nice. GameCube standards, although I guess it's technically the Wii re-release. Although I'm playing it on the Wii U because I bought it on the Wii U. These are sand things. Hi, sand things. Yeah, I bought this on the Wii U basically the week that it got first put on here, like, started 2015, I think that was. I got it because I was like, I think this would be a fun game to Let's Play, and I might as well get all three of them while I'm at it for like 10 bucks, because that's a really freaking awesome deal. So yeah, that exploded. Okay. So I've had it, and I haven't played it until then. And now here I am playing it. Oh hey, it's these guys! Spiky dudes! I know these guys. They are really freaking annoying in Smash Brothers. At least, they're not... well, they're technically not really in Smash, at least on the Wii U version. I'm thinking of the shadowy versions of them in Master Fortress. They're kind of annoying, although they're probably the least annoying enemy in Master Fortress. Thinking about it. Stalfoses are definitely the worst. But that's Legend of Zelda, and that's not this game. Do I need to scan it to activate it? Yes, I do. Scanning is annoying. Maybe it was better in the GameCube version, but this Wii version's the minus button just feels like a weird button to choose for something that's so integral to the game, because it feels like it's kind of out of the way, as opposed to like, ugh. If you compare it to... something's going on. Abnormal seismic activity. Chozo lore. Alright. Alright. One, that's a weird button. Seismic activity is occurring in Hive Totem. Ugh. So that's where I am right now. And... I can't, like, move it independently of this. Alright, shoot you. Shoot. I'm having trouble, like, with these 3D maps. Like, working with them in my head while also trying to play this game. It doesn't help that they're kind of, like, old graphic-y. I don't know what to call that. Like, they're kind of like old vector games. Vector-based games, like Star Fox on the SNES. It's like that kind of art style, and it's like, I have a hard time wrapping my head around it. Alright, so we went from the jungle to Sand Ruins place. Chozo Ruins. I know the Chozo. They're like the things that train Samus to be bird. And then they all died. Or something like that. Again, I'm not a Metroid-y person. I've said in the past, I think it was Spyro 2? Where I was like, I've never played Metroid before, I don't it doesn't really interest me, blah, 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 blah. Invulnerable to beam weapons. Alright, so I need missiles, and I don't think I have missiles. I do not have missiles. Okay. It was in Spyro 2, I think. I think actually it was the Hippo level. Where I was like... I was just talking about how, like... For some reason, Metroid has never interested me, because it's like... I don't know, it's weird because, like, one of my favorite games of all time is Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Which is basically a Kirby game in the style of a Metroidvania, sort of. Like, a big, giant open world for you to explore, and just go around and doing stuff. And there are objectives, and there's backtracking and stuff. It's like, it's basically a Metroid game in a Kirby game. It's a Kirbtroid game. But for some reason, Metroid itself has never really interested me before. So I was like, I don't really feel like playing it. I just never really bothered with it. I can't go this way until I have the Morph Ball. Damn it. Blah. Register my Wiimote, please. Don't make me spin in circles. Spin to win, but not here. Okay, Samus? We understand each other. I guess I need to go where am I? Oh, I'm backwards. Turn around. It's weird though, but it's like it was kind of unfounded because like I said the Metroid series had never really interested me, but at the same time, the only one I ever really played was the first one for like 5 seconds. And by the first one, I mean the NES version of it. It's not exactly a good starting position, especially for a person who has grown, who's not used, who never really grew up with NES game cruelty. Like, I only remember ever playing 5 or 6 games on my NES. Mario 1, Mario 3, Dr. Mario, Bubble Bobble, Lolo, and Kirby's Adventure. That's it. Those are the 6 games that I actually remember ever playing, and I never actually beat any of them, except Bubble Bobble, I guess, and Kirby's Adventure, because Kirby games are generally easy, and also I played Nightmare on Dreamland before. That reminds me of how, like, because I played Kirby's Adventure, like, way after Nightmare on Dreamland. So it was like, when I played Kirby's Adventure, I thought it was a remake of Nightmare in Dreamland, rather than the other way around. That's just how my mind worked back then. I played it afterwards, so obviously the one I played first came first. It's logical, right? It's logical, except wrong. Anyways. So I never really got used to, like, old NES games and basically how cruel their game design tended to be. Mostly because, like, back then, it's like, gamers were kind of expected to spend hours and hours just doing stuff, figuring stuff out that would be kind of obtuse otherwise. Like, I mean, look at Legend of Zelda 1. Like, that game's game design is, like, totally awful by today's standards. But back then, it was great because it basically... Gamers back then were, like, patient. They were way more patient and also way more willing to try stuff just for hours and hours because they were kids and they had the time to do that. But also, oh, that's bad. Nowadays, basically with the advent of the internet and stuff like that, people now have just kind of become way more impatient and they want instant gratification. I mean, there's still, like, there's still, like, oh, they want to be challenged, too, but, like, they want to be challenged in a more fair way than, like, oh, hey, you can burn a random tree in this, out of all the other trees, and that gives you Dungeon 9 or something. It's like, they want something that gives them a little bit of, like, tells them what to do, but not tells them what to do. It's kind of a weird balance, really, if you think about it, like... For a good game design will, like, it'll point you in the right direction and it'll explain how the game works in the game, like, at least for today's standards. Back then it was completely different because it was early. They hadn't really figured this stuff out yet. But, like, Well, I have a cutscene. Am I getting missiles? Because that's a missile. It's getting locked up by a... Oh, now things are barfing. I don't know what's going on. Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? I have enemies. Okay. I can't lock on to them. Bah. So anyways, as I was saying, it's an interesting dynamic because you need to really be like... You need to understand, like, the level of what you... Oh, I have a radar up there. Okay. That makes things a little easier. I just now noticed the radar. So it's like, you need to have a level of, like... How far do you go in basically helping the player without making it seem like you're being too hand-holdy? So it's like, you definitely, there's definitely a certain point where it's like, okay, this is basically a game that's playing itself. But then there's also a point where it's like, I don't know what I'm doing and the game's not helping. And a lot of NES games tended to have that. So basically, all of going back to how this whole thing started, starting with the first Metroid game on the NES, as the only Metroid game I ever played, as a gamer of today's standards, was not a good idea. And so, basically, it's like, I was like, my unfounded, like, disinterest in Metroid kind of made no real sense, so I was like, I want to try out new games. I feel like Metroid would be a good thing to do. Am I doing this right? I feel like it's just kind of sending bugs at me every single time, and I don't know if I'm actually doing what I'm supposed to right now. I don't know. We'll see as soon as I'm bad at shooting. I need to lock on. I need to remember that button exists. I want to scan it. Let me scan it. See if it's... War Wasps Swarms. I thought it was like... I shot it, I would shoot it, and then it would cause the bugs. I didn't realize it was gonna close on its own. Well, I just wasted a round, then. Damn it. Well, I scanned it, for whatever good that does me. So anyways, I decided to do Metroid Prime, because, like... Oh, okay, so I was doing good stuff. And now it's a new head. Great. Stupid turtle. Thing. There are too many bugs! I'm not good at this. I'm not good enough at this yet. I can't hit any of them. Wow. Where's the one that stopped? I can't even... There's too many things spinning around. I can't really see when one stops. Oh, there we go. You stopped. God. I have a hard time turning, too. I'm just making excuses for how bad I am. Alright, one of you stopped. Alright, you stopped. Now you stop as well. Oh, good. I need to do it more. This is gonna go on for a while. I wish you could log on to them while they were in this state. Alright, there we go. I killed that one. Am I gonna have another head? God damn it. Too many bugs! Too many bugs! They spoil the broth! Alright, finally. Hive Mecha... Oh, that was a boss. Okay, so that kind of makes sense then, why it was taking so long. Alright. Well, I don't know, I might have talked through that last thing if I realized it was a boss. Well, I think I have missiles now. Yay. I know how to do this. Inventory screen. Alright, I'll check out the inventory. Suits. Alright. Well, that's kind of pointless for me right now, I feel. Okay. Well, I did that all now. Oh. Okay. What's this? Energy tank. Oh, cool. I needed that, I feel. I was getting hit left and right by bugs. Ugh. Ugh. I still don't have a morph ball. There's already, I can see plenty of backtracking even in this game. 3D doesn't cut down on 2D mechanics. Which I suppose is a good thing, because it's like... It's being true to the series roots, while also changing it up, so it's like... It's fresh, but also the same. And I suppose that's a good thing, like... It gives it a different feel from the other games in the series, but also at the same time, it's like the other games in the series. So it's like... It's a different take on something that people already like. As opposed to something like, I don't know... Something like... What's a... I'm trying to think of a good example. Hi, bugs! I've already fought a bajillion of you buggers. My Wiimote is, like, glitching out. Can I go this way? Yes, I can. What's this? A map update thing? Perhaps? Oh. So now I have the full map. Okay, cool. So that's the way I would just was. Oh, I can move by doing this. Okay. So this is where I just was. And I can't get that there yet because I don't have the morph ball. Alright. Alright, so having a map is definitely going to be way helpful for realizing where I need to backtrack. At least for stuff like, I don't know, morph ball stuff. Oh, and it does tell me what kind of beams I'm going to need, so it's like... That'll be good because then I can see like, oh, I can't go this, couldn't go this way because I didn't have this, but now I have this, so now I can go and try and go here. Look at all of this stuff, jeez, this is all one area. Alright, so where do I want to go now? Why did it all flatten out? I don't want it to flatten out. Alright, so this is where I am now, and I've been all here, so I guess I want to go back and try and go this way? Looks like that's in the middle of the air, so I think that's not a way I can go. That's a morph ball over that way, but what's this? It's the elevator. I guess I can try and go on this little winding path that I'm on right now. I'm not sure. I don't think that would be a morph ball thing, so I guess I can try going there, and if not, then I guess back to the elevator and back down, because now I have missiles, so I can probably do something else in the other place. Alright. And I think I'll do that in the next episode. So, see you guys next time. That was probably a really boring way to end this episode, but I don't care.